What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please make sure you click the notification bell and make sure you give me a big thumbs up and also leave your comments down below. What's good, YouTube? What's up, TMR gang? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another reaction video. I'm your girl TMR, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So y'all, we gonna get right into it. So this is another episode of the Chronicles, and I am gonna be kind of all over the place today. So if your ADD is too much for that, then sis, I'm gonna tell you right now, go on, click off, because I'm just going, as I'm driving, I'm thinking, y'all, I'm just literally saying what's coming off my head. A lot of my supporters, subscribers love the Chronicles, and y'all, I just get in here and run my mouth. Okay. I seen today, well, I actually seen it yesterday, that Reginae Carter, y'all know, Lil Wayne's daughter, boyfriend, YFN Lucci, has been arrested for murder charges. Yes, sis. So, you know, Reginae is getting a lot of slack from social media. I mean, what else is new? And, you know, I was just thinking to myself, well, you know, Reginae just turned, I believe, 22 or 23. And obviously we know Reginae come from money. Her daddy, Lil Wayne, she got a lot of money. And the same thing we said about Merriweather's daughter. Where are these girls finding these men? Now, obviously you like what you like, but how coincidental is it that your daddy, Reginae's father, got some charges that's pending for him, and now your boyfriend is in jail for murder? Now, from my understanding, YFN Lucci and some other people that was with him in this, you know, alleged gang, he was the driver of the car. They went to a neighborhood, another gang rival neighborhood, had some type of shootout. One of YFN Lucci's homeboys got shot, and instead of them doing the right thing and just taking the man to the hospital, even if y'all just dropped him off at the ER door and burnt the tires, they decided to push him out the car as they driving down the street. And this is one of his boys. So they allegedly, from what I've been hearing, he was driving the car. He didn't have the gun, but because he was involved in the incident where someone was murdered, he's gonna be charged as if he had the gun in his hand. So, you know, it just makes you think and makes you wonder, these rappers that say they have so much money, they just, you know, they doing videos, flashing $100 bills, $50 bills. They got so much going on for themselves, but yet he riding around in the middle of the night looking to shoot up a neighborhood, and you got all this money. And not only that, your girlfriend, okay, your girlfriend daddy is Lil Wayne. Like, such a waste. But you know what? If you guys remember with the whole cucumber challenge situation when Reginae and YFN Lucci broke up, where he was at the party putting cucumbers up girls' poo nani, you know, she broke up with him then. Obviously, he serenaded her back into his arms, and she, you know, like most women, y'all, go back running. But I'm just thinking to myself at this point, it's like, I understand Reginae grew up basically watching her daddy being a hot boy.
Cool. Trust me, I grew up in this life, and everything that my parents did, my mama, my daddy did, it came back to me, and that's not cute.
And you would just think that, not saying, see, unfortunately, although her daddy was out there making music, making money, but he was still doing other stuff, and in a sense, hot boy life was glamorized to her, so she wouldn't do anything but kind of gravitate towards that. You know, even with her mother Toya more than likely telling her, You know, don't follow my steps. You know, do better than me. Don't do as me. Do better than me. Reginae ultimately, you know, chose the latter. So now she's sitting, you know, waiting for the phone to ring, so her boyfriend can call her from the, you know, county jail and figure out whatever he's gonna, you know, whatever, because they said they're holding him right now without bond. But do y'all see what I'm saying? It's just like these girls especially these girls that come from money. You know, I'm not saying that it's any different, but she's exposed to so much. You know, her daddy blew up and she has all this money surrounding her, all these influential people in her life, you know, and you chose to date somebody who, girl, you could have went on the, you know, nearest corner in Atlanta and picked somebody up like him up, you know, and you just would think that she would have a difference. You know, her mindset will be a little different, especially watching her mama go through what her mama went through with Lil Wayne, and then, you know, turn around. I don't know, y'all. I just really feel like these girls nowadays, they, you know, obviously they look up to these rappers and these rappers' girlfriends, and they figure this stuff to be goals when, you know, clearly it's not. I saw a video the other day when Reginae was on Instagram about a month after her birthday, and y'all, she was so drunk, but she had on this really cute Christian Dior outfit, and she was like, my boyfriend bought me this. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you could have bought that yourself. You know, he's not really doing anything. You know, YFN Lucci he has children already. Reginae don't have any. It's just like, girl, why wouldn't you think to be with somebody that could be, you know, an asset to your life instead of a liability? Because to me, right now, YFN Lucci's situation is a liability for her, because she's sitting around worried and nervous of his outcome when she could be out doing a whole bunch of other things. I don't know, you guys. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think about that, but I just feel like it's just a waste, and I wish these girls would raise the bar up on the type of men they choose to be with, you know. And regardless if you have money or if you don't have money, it just makes me feel like, you know, y'all, you know, obviously these girls is no different than any other girl without money. You know, they running after the same type of dudes that the chicks with no money running after. It just, you know, I would think if you know, was rich, and that your bar would be set higher, you know, because you're surrounded around people that has the same, you know, income status as you. So I would just think that your bar would be, you know, set higher, instead of dealing with a man that has disrespected you several different times publicly, you know. I don't know. It's just hard for me to, like I said, I don't feel sorry for Reginae, because she consciously went back into that relationship with YFN Lucci after he publicly embarrassed her on social media. And, you know, she was obviously down with it. You know, she went, got her body done, you know, trying to look hottie for a man who can't even keep himself out of trouble. You know, because if anything, of him riding around in the middle of the night looking for rival gang members, he should have been at home with Reginae. That brings me to my next conversation, y'all. You know, we talked a lot about Keisha Anderson, and a couple of some of the old videos of hers came recommended for me in the last couple of days on YouTube, and I watched the gender reveal. So I personally had never seen that video where her and Jeremy revealed the sex of their baby. It's when on their anniversary they went to a restaurant, and basically the waitress brought a cake after they ate dinner for dessert and put a candle in it. What happened was Keisha needed to blow out the candle, and based off the color of the flame told her the sex of the baby. And when she blew the flame out, obviously, as we know now, the color of the flame was pink, and she was having a girl. And you can tell that Keisha and Jeremy looked very distraught behind that. And Keisha, I remember watching the video the other day, and Keisha was like reassuring, you know, her audience that they're not sad, they're actually happy, because they, you know, have a healthy bundle of joy on its way. But you can clearly tell that she was just saying that for the camera. She looked very distraught, and Jeremy did too, more so Keisha, because Keisha really wanted that boy, because she knew Jeremy really wanted a boy. Well, now looking at that video now, after seeing all that has came out in the last few months, that video was filmed in February, and we know now Lily had her baby in March. So obviously at the time of that video, when they filmed that video, they already knew that Jeremy did have a boy on the way, but obviously it was by another woman. And I know now, by watching Keisha's video the other day, it kind of made sense to me that she really wanted to have a boy because Keisha wanted to stop having children. She didn't want any more children. And obviously having 2 girls, having a little boy would make her whole family complete. And I know a lot of people feel like she wanted a boy because Ashley was having a boy. And that more than likely probably is the situation as well too. But I really feel like she wanted a boy because she truly wanted a boy because she wanted to give Jeremy a boy, although Jeremy already had a boy on the way. But that boy wasn't her son. That was his son with another woman. And it just, I guess vlogging your life can be beneficial, especially if you can do like them, Keisha and Jeremy, and monetize off it and make a bunch of money off of it. But it also, when you start telling stories like they have about the whole situation with Jeremy dating another woman and getting her pregnant, it just, when you go back and watch those old videos, it kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. And when I saw that video, Keisha was really hoping and praying that she could give Jeremy that boy, although he had one on the way, but she wanted to be able to say, oh, well, I got a son too, and so, but either way that went, Jeremy's son, the one Lily has now, well, obviously was going to be his first son. And Keisha's son, if she would have had one, would have been just his second son. I don't know, you guys. I just really feel like with Keisha, what I gather from Keisha, you guys, is Keisha was young, and Keisha's dream was always to be a mother. She said she dreamt as a little girl of always being a mother. She wanted nothing more to have a family. And when they miscarried that first baby, and then a few months later they got pregnant with the twins, Keisha really wanted to keep her make her family whole. She wanted that whole package. But as we know now, Jeremy wasn't on the same page as Keisha. And the things that Keisha was wanting, Jeremy obviously wasn't helping with those wants because he was out doing what he wanted to do. Hence, Lily. But like I said, you guys, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just listening to these stories, and I understand that Keisha's situation is a situation of a lot of women out here. But I watched also another video of Keisha Anderson being interviewed by Latoya Forever. And Latoya Forever interviewed Keisha basically about her situation with Jayla Corian. And y'all know now that Jayla was the one who filmed or videotaped Keisha basically being mean to her dog Bailey, cussing Bailey out. So Latoya Forever, which is friends with Jayla Corian as well, wanted to interview Keisha, basically letting Keisha tell her side of the story. In that video, Latoya asked Keisha, how does she feel being known as a drama channel? And Keisha looked at her with surprise, like she was surprised and astonishment. She was like, a drama channel? She said, well, I don't consider my channel a drama channel. I consider my channel, a family channel. And basically, Latoya was naming off several situations with, Keisha's been involved in at the time of the filming that video. And I think that video was like a year or so ago, almost 2 years ago. And it was like, no, Keisha. Yes, sis, you pretty much are a drama channel. Like, you've had a lot of drama on your channel. Maybe you didn't intend for it to be drama, but you definitely, Keisha, and I think Keisha been hooked up with a lot of drama because it's the type of people Keisha chooses to let into her life. Keisha is, to me, she's a real green when it comes to the type of people she let into her life. Hence, Jeremy. I'm not saying that her and Jeremy couldn't be this great family, but again, I just feel like Jeremy wasn't on the same page with Keisha. He didn't have the same wants and aspirations obviously Keisha want. Jeremy was just trying to have a girlfriend, and Keisha was trying to have a family. And the more Jeremy, I think, me personally, me watching and listening, the more Jeremy got to be with Keisha and know Keisha, he was liking her more. But him being a man, also being a young man at the time, he you know, he obviously thought with his little head more than he did with his big head. But what I noticed about Keisha is Keisha does a lot of explaining. She's always trying to me, y'all, Keisha tries to portray herself like she's always the victim. And what Keisha has to understand is, sis, in a lot of these situations, obviously in all these situations, sis, you're the common denominator in all of these situations. Now, obviously what Jeremy did to Keisha, she didn't ask for that. You know, Keisha didn't ask for that at all. But once Keisha knew that this was going on, I personally would have put in some provisions with Jeremy. I would have gave Jeremy that thing called tough love. But because Keisha likes to use the excuse that Jeremy was her first real boyfriend, and I think because of that, because Keisha didn't really have that real experience with men, she kind of took the stuff that Jeremy did to her like, oh, am I supposed to leave him because he cheated on me? Well, no one told me that. I've never been through this before. That's what I get from Keisha, you know. And it's just like, girl, you don't have to take an exam to know when a nigga don't treat you right. You need to drop that 0 and get with you a hero, you know. And I'm hoping in their situation, because as we see now, there's, you know, Keisha's done videos, Jeremy's done videos, Lily's done videos, and I'm hoping now, it seems like Jeremy has taken accountability for his situation. You know, Lily has taken accountability, but to me, Keisha hasn't really taken accountability. And when I say accountability, she hasn't really just said, you know what, you guys, I was a fool. Everybody plays the fool. Like, I haven't really heard that come out of her mouth, you know. It's just when I hear Keisha speak, it's her trying to play the cleanup woman and trying to clean up the situation and just make herself seem like, I don't know why everybody's doing this to me. I don't do anything to anybody, you know. And you don't have to do anything to anybody for somebody to treat you wrong. When people ain't right, sis, they don't care who they not, you know, they don't care who's their victim. They just, if they want to dog you out, sis, they don't care how good you've been to them. When a person ain't right, sis, they just isn't right. There's no explanation to it. They gonna destroy everything in their path. It's like the people are like tornadoes at times. They don't care who's in the path. If you're in the way, you gonna get ran over, period. And that's what I kind of get from Jeremy. Now, I'm not saying that Jeremy couldn't be trying to get back with Keisha and mend his wrongs. But what I have noticed about Lily, you know, y'all, we hyped up this situation with Lily because a lot of people, because they hate Keisha's guts and hate Jeremy, you know, a lot of people was on that Keisha hate train. So that's why how a lot of people became to embrace Lily and her situation, because Lily was very quiet in the beginning. But what I've noticed now is once Lily had started coming out and speak with the help of her friend, you know, it's been 2 weeks since Lily last uploaded a video. And y'all remember she said she was coming out receipts. And at the time the filming of this video, that video hasn't came out yet. So I'm just wondering, like, you know, you hyped all these people up about these receipts that you said you're going to bring to the YouTube streets. But they're nowhere to be found. Like, sis, we ain't heard from you. Where are these receipts? And y'all, to be honest with you, it's not like I'm wanting Lily to come on. I hope at this point Lily just understands her wrong in that situation, because Lily was definitely wrong in that situation, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. Sis was wrong. When sis knew that he was still attached to Keisha in whatever shape, form, or fashion, if it was personal, professional, however, whatever, she knew that Jeremy was still with that woman. Me personally, as a woman myself, I wouldn't want to be in a position where I'm sharing somebody, you know, and I would have separated myself from that situation just because of the fact that this man can't make up his mind. So I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna make up your mind for you, and I'm gonna eliminate myself from that situation. But I think Lily was digging Jeremy, because I know a lot. Lily was trying to act like she was unbothered by Jeremy, like she could take him or leave him, she didn't really matter. But I don't believe that to be true. When she said that she sat and had long talks with Jeremy, like they would talk till the sun come up, that I took like, sis, you was feeling that, ninja. Because a man that you're not feeling, you're not gonna have a 60-second conversation opposed to 24 hour, 16 hour, 12 hour, or even an all night conversation. So obviously Lily was feeling that ninja. And I think, me personally, when Jeremy decided to choose Keisha over Lily and went back to Keisha, we know now that he was still messing around with Lily, but he wasn't, to me, maybe, I don't know this for sure, but maybe he wasn't putting his all into the situation like he was previously. And once Lily got that baby, I think she was at the point now where, you know what, nigga, I don't have to have you yourself, but I got something, the next best thing. I got your seed. So that's all I need. Because I really feel like Lily was feeling Jeremy. I really do. I really feel like she was feeling Jeremy. But I don't think her and Jeremy relationship would have lasted long. If he never would have went back to Keisha, I really don't think Jeremy and Lily relationship would have been forever standing, because they didn't start it off on the right foot. That's just my feeling. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of you guys will be down in the comments disagreeing, and I mean, y'all, you can do that. You don't gotta agree with me. Again, this is my thought. This is my platform. This is my thought.